You really gonna arrest Mrs. Wheeler?
Rearrest her. Her bail's been revoked. I'm sorry, but your wife's gonna have to go to jail with me.
Alistair's behind this, isn't he? I know it.
Yes, he is. I just came from seeing him at the hospital. Between Eve performing emergency surgery and his blood transfusion, not only has he regained consciousness, he's as mean as ever, insisting that Mrs. Wheeler be brought back into custody.
Yeah, well, the next person that shoots Alistair should get a medal.
Sam, are you here to arrest Mrs. Wheeler? I mean, isn't there something we can do to stop this?
Afraid not. Alistair called Judge Riley.
Oh, no.
Who's Judge Riley?
Oh, he's just the greediest, most shameless fat cat there is.
Judge Riley's power and influence is legendary. So much so that NBC, the National Bar Commission, is hands off when it comes to his shenanigans.
Riley gets whatever he wants, whenever he wants it.
Scoundrel.
And this time's no different. Signing a court order that your wife be incarcerated for attempted murder.
Sam, wait, maybe
Luis, my hands are tied.
What if we offered Judge Riley a bigger bribe to reverse himself?
Run, hide, get out of here. Save yourself from Alistair.
See that you don't waste any more of my time, Father Lonigan. God's love and forgiveness can't hold a stick to the wrath of Alistair Crane. Catherine thought killing me would protect her lover, Martin Fitzgerald, and his family. Even Sheridan and Julian. But I lived. Now Catherine and Martin, and all of my enemies, will live to regret ever taking me on.
Fox, I hate that your father disowned you because you refused to quit seeing me.
Oh, Whitney, come on. Like I told you before, it's not your fault, really, okay? Look, my father left me jobless and homeless because he's trying to score points with his new son, Chad. And since Chad doesn't want me seeing you, my dad tried to bully me into giving you up. Which would be fine, except I'm in love with you. I'm not going to give you up for anything.
I know, but I still feel horrible. I mean, really, what are you gonna do? You don't have a place to live. I mean, I guess I could stay with my father, but he's not gonna let you stay there, too. I mean, he's not a big fan of your father or your mother, for that matter.
Yeah, you're probably right. And you're a genius. I know exactly who I can turn to for help.
Who?
Well, come on, you'll see.
Well, what about Teresa?
Yeah, well, look, Whitney, I mean, Teresa's got her mother here, and Paloma, and Gwen and Ethan are here, and until your mom gets back with the test results, there's really nothing we can do for her.
Okay, I guess you're right.
Besides, I think us being here is getting on someone's nerves. Come on, let's go.
Fox will pay for the pain he's caused you by being with Whitney.
Nothing you can do to Fox will ever make up for me losing Whitney.
Oh, God.
Who was that?
Eve, are you sure?
Although the tests that I ran show that Teresa's not in premature labor, she and the babies are in grave danger.
Dios mío.
The situation is not uncommon in multiple pregnancies, especially when the mother's frame is small, like Teresa's. Her womb just isn't big enough to carry both babies. They end up competing for nourishment, oxygen, room to develop.
Eve, what exactly are you saying?
I'm saying that there's no way that Teresa can carry both babies to term. They would just both die.
No, you can't take these babies, Dr. Russell. You can't take them.
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of the bird I knew could take me high as breathe in, breathe out.
Okay, I'm going back to bed. Look, I'll get into bed. I'll put my feet up. I'll do whatever you want, Dr. Russell. I'll take whatever you need to take, but I have to have these babies. I have to.
Teresa, calm down, honey. We will discuss the situation once you're off your feet.
Dr. Russell, you've known for a while now Teresa's carrying 2 babies. I mean, how is this just happening all of a sudden? Why didn't you see this coming?
I knew there was a potential risk. But I just thought it best not to stress you or Teresa out by mentioning it. Of course, now the situation has left me no choice.
Okay, there's a problem. But with all the advances in prenatal technology, there's got to be something you can do.
This is the part I hate about being a doctor. When I have to give bad news. And especially when I have to give it to good people who want and deserve children of their own. Teresa's situation is hopeless. There's no way she's carrying both those babies to term.
You can save a monster like Alistair, yet there's nothing to be done about 2 innocent lives?
I'm very sorry.
Whitney's gonna be so upset when she hears this. You know, she really loves babies. In fact, we were gonna start a family as soon as we...
I'm sorry, Chad.
I don't want your sympathy. I just want things to be the way they were with Whitney. And now, well, it's about as hopeless as Teresa having these babies.
Well, there is something that I can do.
What?
I can run the test again and make sure the results are accurate.
Okay, that's a good idea. I mean, there must have been some mistake.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Gwen's right. The results are wrong. There was a mistake. That's all there is.
And we need to make sure we fire whoever was in charge of that for upsetting us like this.
Let's wait and see what the second set of test results say. I'll go to the lab. I'll personally supervise it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Russell.
There must have been a mistake.
Please go and save my babies.
Well, Fox, this really is a pleasant surprise.
Oh, yeah?
I have called you, and I've left messages at the mansion and at your work, but, you know, you haven't called me back.
Oh, yeah, well, I know, I've been busy, you know, with all the
Oh, right, yeah.
stuff.
Chad and finding out that your best friend is now your half-brother.
Yeah, I know, it's been kind of intense, you know what I mean?
Oh, Whitney, I'm so sorry. I know this whole thing, it just must be so devastating for you.
Well, yeah, it's been a nightmare, but, Fox has been a big help.
Really? Oh, well, Fox, good for you, and good for you, Whitney.
Well, actually, good for us, right?
Mm-hmm. Us?
Yeah, you know, Whitney and I are a couple now.
Okay. I know we lived in a fast-paced world and all, but, well, the two of you being together, isn't it kind of sudden?
No. I mean, I don't think so. I've been in love with Whitney for a long time, and, just never said anything because she was with Chad. But now that it's out, you know, that he's our half-brother, they can't be together, so I fessed up. And, Whitney started to realize that what she was feeling for me was much more than friendship, right?
Yeah. I want to be with your son, Mrs. Winthrop. I mean, I can't imagine my future without him.
Well, congratulations.
Being honest, or are you just being polite, Mom?
Polite. Oh, was I polite when you were with Teresa? No, I didn't approve, and I said so.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Fox, I want you to be happy. I do. And Whitney, well, you've grown into a lovely young woman, and despite how you feel about your mother right now, Eve and TC, they did a wonderful job raising you and Simone.
She's right, you know.
And Fox, you've turned into a very decent young man, despite having me and Julian as your parents. I wish I could make that up to you somehow.
Funny you should mention, actually, you can.
How?
Well, it's like this, Mom. I want what I'm entitled to as a Crane. And I want you to help me get it.
Catherine, go. Slip out the back while Chief Bennett's distracted. Get as far away from here as you can.
Where will I go?
I don't know. I don't know. Just someplace no one would ever look to find you. Just leave now while you're able to. Honey, we both know Alistair. If he succeeds in forcing Chief Bennett to put you back in jail, he'll make sure that you never get out. Now, please, go.
Sheridan, look, I can't condone bribing Judge Riley to revoke the arrest warrant for Mrs. Wheeler, but as your friend, you're free to give it a shot.
Thanks, Sam. Oh, no. I just remembered. My father froze all my assets. I have nothing to bribe him with.
Oh, damn it. You know, I doubt that Judge Riley would betray Alistair anyway.
Yeah, the man's corrupt, but he's no fool. What Alistair wants, Alistair gets. What he wants right now is Mrs. Wheeler behind bars.
Why is he so intent on punishing her, though?
Oh, Mrs. Wheeler admitted to trying to kill Alistair.
Yeah, because he tried to kill all of us when we were down in Mexico, Sam.
Yeah, did my father tell you why she tried to shoot him?
No. The sole focus was having Mrs. Wheeler brought back to jail.
See, that's why none of this makes any sense. Because normally, my father would be more concerned with Crane Industries stock not plummeting due to him being shot. But right now, his main priority is having Mrs. Wheeler put in jail. It's like he has something personal against her, and besides her shooting him. But what? I mean, my father only knows her through us.
I don't know, Sheridan's right. Sam, there's something else going on here.
Yeah, why is my father so fixated on Mrs. Wheeler?
I don't know. Maybe it'll come out at a trial. But right now, my job's to take her back to jail.
Come on, Sam, do you really have these handcuffs?
Well, if Mrs. Wheeler comes peacefully, I'll, Please. Where's your wife? Where's your wife, Mr. Wheeler? Damn it, Wheeler, where's your wife?
I really can't say. I mean, she was here just a minute ago.
Mrs. Wheeler, you're making things worse by hiding. Now come out and let's get this over with. You can appeal to Judge Riley's order once you're back in custody.
Yeah, I don't think Mrs. Wheeler's hiding, Sam. I think she's long gone.
Is Louise right? Did she slip out while we were talking?
Would you blame her if she did?
It's beside the point. My job is to take her back into custody. Now, where the hell is she?
I honestly don't know. She didn't tell me where she was going.
Good for her.
You know, I should run you in for obstruction of justice.
Oh, come on, Sam, you have no proof of that.
Oh, that's okay, Sheridan. If you want to arrest me for helping the woman I love avoid being persecuted by Alistair Crane...
All right, just hold on a second. Hold on. Let's not go after Mr. Wheeler here. Let's think about Mrs. Wheeler, okay? We gotta find her before Alistair's goons do.
Oh my God, I never even thought of that.
Neither did I.
Yeah, well, I'll go out and search the grounds. At least you come with me, all right? Sheridan, keep an eye on him, okay? Don't let him get out of your sight.
Okay.
Sit.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, I've been way out of the loop. I mean, I had no idea that the two of you were a couple, and I certainly had no idea that you felt your position in the family was threatened, Fox.
Oh, it's more than a feeling, Mom. Dad disowned me.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, he fired me from Crane Industries and he threw me out of the mansion.
No, when your father and I spoke last, he was determined to be a better father to you.
Well, that was obviously before he found out that Chad was his son. Now he can't do enough for him.
No, I'm sure Julian's just feeling guilty because he abandoned Eve when she was pregnant with Chad, and then they found out that their son was still alive when they thought he died as an infant. I'm sure Julian is just trying to make up for lost time and show Chad that he loves him.
Well, both my mom and Julian have been on a campaign to win Chad over.
Yeah, even if Father screws me out of my birthright in the process.
I don't understand how penalizing you is going to score points with Chad.
Well, that's my fault.
No, it's not her fault, Whitney. It's not your fault. It's the situation, okay?
The situation of Whitney and Chad being half-siblings?
Yeah. So, you know, now they can't be together, so Whitney and I started seeing each other, and Chad's tripping out because of it.
Oh. Well, I think that's a little short-sighted of Chad. I mean, if he cares about Whitney, he should want her to be happy with someone else.
As long as that someone else isn't me.
Chad went crazy when he saw us kissing each other.
Yeah, and to get in Sonny Boy's good graces, Father forbade me to see her. And when I told him to shove it, he gave me the boot. So now Chad's in, and I'm out.
You know, honestly, just when I thought that there was hope for Julian, he goes and pulls a crane. You know, he swore to me that he regretted the way he treated Ethan when he found out that Ethan was my son with Sam, and now, obviously, he can't see the parallel to your situation with Chad.
So you'll help me?
Of course I'll help you. Yes. No, your father and I, we're on much better terms these days. I'm sure I can convince him not to cut you off in favor of Chad. And if I can't, well, then maybe little Julian will get cut off from his daddy, too.
Just stay strong, Mia, just in case Eve comes back with bad news.
No, I am strong, Mama. That's why nothing is going to happen to these two babies. They're going to be just fine.
Dr. Russell, do you have the new test results back?
Yeah, tell us, Dr. Russell. Tell us that I'm fine and the babies are fine.
I so wish I could do that, Teresa. I really do, but your test results are the same as they were before. Your babies simply aren't going to make it.
No.
What?
You are my passion for life.
You stay calm, okay?
No, I know I can't lose these babies, Dr. Russell. I have to have them. I have to.
Teresa, we'll pray for a miracle.
See, Teresa.
Doctor, Gwen's a little wheezy. I'm gonna get her to sit down, okay?
Get her off her feet.
Come here. Shh, sit down. Sit down, it's okay. Honey?
What is going on?
You zoned out there a little bit.
Thank you.
You all right?
Ethan, what's happening? Why are we being punished like this? I mean, first we lose Sarah, and now we're gonna lose any chance for us to have children of our own. I mean, both of our babies, honey, both of them are gonna die. I can't handle it.
It's okay. It's okay.
All I ever wanted to do my whole life, all I ever wanted to do was just marry you and raise a family with you. And now we're gonna bury two children along with Sarah.
You know, how can Julian be so dense? I mean, I give him credit for trying to be a father to Chad, but to choose Chad over you as legitimate son, no, I'm not going to allow that. I'm not going to let you be excess baggage on Julian's guilt trip. Why are you staring at me?
You know, I'm kind of surprised that you even give a damn about how Father's treating me, you know? Just kind of shocked that you even seem to care.
Fox, of course I care. I'm your mother.
Better late than never, right?
I deserve that. I do. I deserve it for favoring Ethan over you and your sisters when you were growing up.
So you admit it?
It's, getting a little personal. Why don't I go in the kitchen and make some tea?
Fox. It isn't that I didn't love you and your sisters. I did.
She loved Ethan more, though, right? Mom, and that's why he got to grow up here in Harmony, and you shipped us off to boarding school as soon as we were old enough for them to take us. You never came to visit me. You never took me on vacations, nothing. I don't understand. And Teresa told me that she signed your name on my birthday cards when she was your assistant. Is that... I don't,
Well, for once that little liar is telling the truth. Fox, it's not that I loved Ethan more. It's sort of that I hated your father. And I punished you and your sisters for being his children because I wanted to punish him for taking Sam away from me.
Yeah, well, he was kind of hands-off because we reminded him of you.
I guess he wanted a life with Eve as much as I wanted a life with Sam, and we were so busy blaming each other for Alistair's manipulations that we just failed you. We failed to give you and your sisters the love that you deserved. I know it's a little too late to say this, but I am sorry. And I do love you.
So, Mr. Wheeler, did you know my father before you and your wife came to Harmony?
Well, yeah, I got the snake venom antidote from him in Mexico.
Besides that?
Sheridan, does anyone really know Alistair Crane? I mean, what makes him tick? Why he hates his own children?
You're avoiding my question, Mr. Wheeler.
No, I know he's a monster, but my wife knows it too. I mean, everyone knows that Alistair's an angry, evil man.
But your wife seems to know it firsthand.
He tried to kill us all.
Look, I know my father. He loves to hold a grudge forever, and he seems to be holding one against your wife.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you'd have to ask your father about that.
Maybe I will.
Mrs. Wheeler! Mrs. Wheeler, it's not safe for you to be out here alone. You know what Alistair's capable of.
Luis right. Now turn yourself in so I can put you in jail where you'll be safe.
Mrs. Wheeler!
Oh, we searched the entire estate. She's nowhere to be found. Where could she be?
Those were the days. Killing peasants for sport. Nurse. My assistant had to step out for a few minutes. You will massage my feet. And don't be too gentle. Get a good grip and squeeze as hard as you can. Sainted mother abandoned them to live in sin with Martin Fitzgerald in Mexico.
I never abandoned my children, Alistair, and you know it. Martin and I left Harmony because you were going to kill us.
Oh, sure. And sex with the hired help was just gravy.
Nothing illicit happened between Martin and me, nothing whatsoever, before we escaped you.
Good luck trying to convince our children of that. No man runs off with another man's wife unless he's trying to better.
Of course. I shouldn't expect a pig like you to understand. Martin Fitzgerald is a good man.
Right. Martin is a saint. He loved his wife and 5 children so much that he walked out on them, left them to fend for themselves, while he lived the good life with you in sunny Mexico.
Shut up, Alistair.
Or what? You'll tell all? Get over yourself, woman. You're no threat to me at all.
You know what, Mom? Sometimes saying you're sorry just isn't enough, you know, and, that was one of those times. You kept me and my sisters at arm's length for over 20 years. And now, just because you buried the hatchet with my father, we're supposed to... What do you want to, like, kiss and make up and forget everything? Celebrate with Wally and Beeve down at the malt shop? I'm sorry, but, This is one boo-boo that you can't just kiss and make better, you know?
You're right. You're right, words are cheap. So let me try to make it up to you. Let me set things straight with Julian.
This is the one thing I can't cope with, honey. And there's no way I'm going to be able to handle this. I never thought that I would be happy again after we lost Sarah. And then we had just one more chance, you know, one last chance to have children of our own. And of course, having Teresa as the surrogate definitely complicated things, but we were going to be blessed with 2 babies. Not just one baby, we were going to have 2 babies. And we were going to be the family that we always dreamed of being, and I felt a little bit of joy again then. And my life was going to be perfect. Honey, I don't know what I'm going to do. And if these babies die, I may as well die too.
I'll get you something cool to drink, okay?
Thank you.
Teresa, you have to remain strong, Mia. Have faith in God, okay?
Can you pray with me? Pray that these babies are gonna be okay?
Of course I will. But just remember, God's answer is always his own.
Right. Mama. Maybe I was wrong to use these babies as leverage to get my son back. You know, and if God wants to punish me for that, please let him punish me, but not like this. I mean, I can't lose little Ethan, and I can't lose these babies too, Mom. Little Ethan is my life, Mama. And without him, I have nothing. Nothing at all.
Yo sé, Mia. Honey, you never thought life could be this cruel. We already lost a child, our beautiful little girl, and now to lose 2 more? I mean, to have to bury 3 children. That's just really unfair.
Poor Ethan and Gwen. Losing their life's dream.
It's a terrible thing to lose a child.
Especially when it doesn't have to be that way.
What are you saying?
Fox. I think you should reconsider cutting him off the way you did. It was very cold, Julian. It was very Alistair-like.
I didn't just cut him off. He betrayed my trust. He betrayed our son's trust by moving in on Whitney.
Whitney and Chad can't be a couple. They are half-brother and sister.
The point is, Fox has been given everything as a crane, but apparently it's not enough. He decided he had to take advantage of Chad professionally and personally, and I'm not going to stand for that. Fox has to learn that he just can't go through life taking whatever he wants.
You know what? The more I think about it, it was wrong of me to come here and ask you for help. I'm a grown man. I should be able to stand on my own 2 feet and support myself.
No, Fox, sit. Sit. You are a grown man. Coming here today, given our history, that couldn't have been easy for you, but you did what you had to do. So now tell me, how can I help you?
Okay, yeah, you know, for starters, I could use a place to live now that I've been kicked out of the mansion.
Yeah. Well, you could live here.
Yeah, well, shouldn't you ask Chief Bennett first? I mean, you know, this is his house, right? Probably.
It's our home. And I'm sure Sam would be happy to have you here. Charity's gone. Kay lives next door at Tabitha's. Noah's away. And Jessica... Well, it's lonely with just Jessica here. Sam loves a full house. You could live in my room off the garage.
Okay.
Okay, it's ready for tea.
Oh.
Thank you, Whitney. You know, it's going to be so nice having you around more.
Oh, excuse me?
Well, Fox just accepted my offer to live here and you're his girlfriend, so you are welcome here whenever you like.
Thank you.
No, Thank you, Whitney. Thank you for making Fox so happy, and from now on, I'm going to work very hard to do the same.
You know, Mrs. Wheeler had the same effect on Julian and me that you had on Luis and Pilar. It's like we're all somehow connected. I just can't help but wonder if she had the same effect on my father.
Sheridan, let me put it to you.
Did you find Mrs. Wheeler?
No.
She managed to have left the estate. You're sure you don't know where she went, huh?
I swear on my life I don't.
Well, then I'll have to call the station, put out an APB.
You make her sound like a criminal, and she's not. I mean, she's a good woman who had to have shot Alistair for a very good reason.
Well, there are plenty of reasons that someone would want to kill Alistair.
Maybe she has one that we don't know about.
You swear you will leave Martin and Luis and Sheridan alone, and I will come back to you. I will be your prisoner of love, just like you wanted.
Forget it. I wanted a wife who knew her place, someone who was servile and submissive, not a sharpshooter using me for target practice.
I never wanted to kill you, Alistair, but you infuriated me when you threatened to kill Luis after I had agreed to come back to you.
You'll need a better defense than that if you want to avoid a jail sentence for attempted murder.
Just stop this. I am giving you what you asked for. Me.
My. Aren't we just full of ourselves? Why would I want you? A human souffle of plastic surgery, destined to deflate like some sex shop blow-up doll, when I can have any of a number of beautiful younger women at my beck and call. Oh, no, Catherine. The only place I want you is in prison. Or dead.
Fine. Then I'll just kill you instead, Alistair.
You stupid woman. That syringe is empty.
No, my sweet. It's full of air.
No, you wouldn't.
That's right, Alistair. Just one bubble injected into your IV can travel to your heart and kill you.
No!
I'm sorry, Gwen. I don't think the babies are going to last much longer, or their vital signs aren't promising.
Eve, this is like Sarah all over again. I mean, my babies are dying, and there's nothing I can do to save them.
Come on, I'm going to go see Teresa. Come with me. Dr. Russell, isn't there anything that you can do to save the babies?
I mean, Doctor, we will do whatever it takes. We will pay for a specialist, a jet to a clinic, whatever we can do to help Teresa hold on to these babies.
Oh, I've been reluctant to bring it up. There is something that can help, but it's by no means a guarantee. Okay, what is it?
Please tell us.
It'd be a wretched decision for you to have to make, and the price is very high. It might be a price you're not willing to pay.
Thank you very much for helping Fox.
Oh, I have just started.
Well, where are you going?
To talk to your father. Julian promised me he would do better by you, and I intend to hold him to that.
Well, I don't see how, Mom. I mean, you know, he disowned me.
I was married to Julian for a very long time. And if talking won't help, I remember how to fight down and dirty. You two stay here. I'm gonna take care of everything.
Yeah, that's right. I want an APB issued for Mrs. Wheeler. She should be arrested on sight. I'm gonna go back out and look for her.
I'll come with you.
Sheridan, you keep an eye on Sheridan?
Where'd she go?
No, you don't have the guts to kill me.
I shot you, didn't I? This time I'm gonna finish the job. I'm not gonna let you hurt Sheridan, Louise, or Martin anymore.
No, no, don't! No!
We can save one of these babies. Don't you want to do that? Not if it means losing one, Gwen.
You are putting your own selfish needs first to get what you want. Damn the consequences and damn Fox!
This Tuesday, the wait is over. The first weight loss competition.
The next 3 days are going to be hell.
12 contestants.
Pull!
Over 3,000 pounds.
Way to cave in and eat a cupcake!
And with $250,000 on the line.
Guys, gotta get here!
The bigger they are,
Down, move it!
the harder they'll fall.
I'm gonna die!
The Biggest Loser. NBC Tuesday, 8/7 Central.